What up, meatbags? All right, so let me move this microphone a little bit closer. You can't see it anyways. Okay, so what's up? What we are going to be doing today is taking a kick and making it bigger. So I'll show you a few techniques and I'll see if I can help out in any questions that you guys have. So let's hear what we got so far. Okay, cool. So it's there, it's present, it's putting in its punch, but it's not moving anything. And I believe that kicks should be moving. So let's fix that. So let's see what we're messing with here. Let's throw an EQ on it. I like the REQ. It's transparent, full, whatever. Does a lot of things. So let's hear it back. And what we're going to try to do is take the flutter between the two heads out, and what that's going to do is tighten up the kick drum a little bit, give it a little bit more like, I've been using this word a lot, but punch to the face. So let's do that. Cool. So tighten it up a little bit. So I think we can do a little bit better than that. So let's add some compression to it. What we're going to do here is use Soft Tube, CL1B. It's one of my favorite compressors, but if you don't have it, it works the same as any other compressor. So let's toss something together. Let's hear what we're playing with too. Cool. Add a little bit of beef in there, a little bit of color from the plugin. So I'm liking it so far, but we need to put in what we took out in some areas from before, from doing some negative EQing. So we're going to do some additive EQing past the compressor. So remember that we took out a lot in the 300 area. So we're going to have to put in what we lost in punch and click. Click is usually the attack of the kick drum, so it kind of cuts through a little bit better. So let's see what we can do. We're going to start with the punch of it first. Cool, we found that. So let's find the click of the kick and augment that a little bit more. Scoop and prepare your ears. Just added a little bit, so let's hear what we did. Cool, so I like that. It works. It has kick, it has a punch, it's got a lot of cleanliness to it, it's tight, whatever. It doesn't have the low end that the kick needs. But I'll show you one of these old school tricks to actually get around that. And what you're going to need to do first is make an auxiliary, mono auxiliary. Let's bring this over here, and auxiliary track. All right, where is he? There she is. Bring it over here. What we're going to name this is kick sub. So KCK sub. Bam. Now what you want to do is, it's a stock plugin that comes in with Pro Tools, and that is the signal generator. You're going to go into Other. You're going to find that sitting right at the bottom there. And before we go any further, let's make sure it's working. Cool. Now I like to pull this up to at least negative 10 dB, because it's not as present as it should be whenever I get to it. But let's figure out what we're dealing with the kick drum in general, like before we get to it. So pull up the analyzer. You can see my voice. Okay, cool. Alright, our shelf is dropping off around 60, so I want to put 60 in there because that's usually where our weight sits around, and add a little bit more of the punch we want. So let's see what happens. I'm going to go back and adjust this real quick. Cool. Alright. So now we're going back to signal generator, but what we want to do now is go to dynamics, find a gate of your choice. I recommend and love the C1 gate. It's really fast, it's responsive, does its job. But what you want to do is key it by a bus. So let's choose bus 9 for some reason. Let's just do it that way. And what you want to do after that is go back to your original kick, go into your sends, set up a bus for bus 9. Hold Option, click, put it Unity on your send, so then it'll be sending to this, and you'll start to notice something here. So, pull this over. Cool, so we're gating it. So what you want to do now is make it, meld with the actual performance of the kick. So what you want to do with that is adjust the attack and release of it and a little bit of the gate close. So, here. Cool, it sounds good, but it's still way too much in there, so we have to, mix it in with the kick, make sure it's sitting there, make sure the common average Joe doesn't actually, hear the pure sine wave just wish you could see my facial expression and hands for this, but you get the idea. Let's just do it. Cool, sounds good. So we got a little bit more beef, we got more wideness, feels good with it. Let's hear it within the mix. Cool. So let's try one more thing to make this kick actually pop a little bit more. And how I do that is actually kick summing it, and it's also parallel compression in a weird way, but I'll show you what I'm talking about in just a second here. So what you want to do is make another auxiliary track. Wish this would be on the other screen whenever that would come up. Mono auxiliary, create. What we're going to call this is kick sum. So KCK SUM. Kick sum ass. Hell yeah. Alright, so what you want to do now is make your input a bus. So let's say bus 10 since we're using that. Anyways, go to kick and kick sub, go to your outputs on those, and make those bus 10. Now, when you press play, you'll be seeing this. we got our kick going to this guy over here. So that's awesome. So what we're going to do now is put another compressor on here. So could I use another soft tube? Yeah, I could, but I'm not going to do that. So we're going to use the C1 comp because I like it. Whatever, it's transparent, it works. So let's do this. Cool, so I got a ratio there, and I'm kind of doing light compression on it because I'm going to show you something else in a second here. But let's adjust our attack. Cool. So we did that. Have to edit that around a little bit, but we'll see what happens. Sounds cool. Got the click, got the fullness, got the wideness. It sounds good. Hear it again. You know, you're gonna have to be fighting that high upper end a little bit more, but you know, I'm running everything pretty hot right now. So just to finagle, these are just some tricks to taste to your own. So throw some salt, throw some vinegar on there. It's what, you know, they're just techniques. You'll figure it out on your own. Hopefully it helped a little bit. We'll see what happens.